You're not working hard enough.
So I thought that Paper Airplanes was really well done. A lovely story, not only about the relationship that grows between these two characters, but also the relationship that the female character has with herself and how she views her role with her parents and her family. I think that feeling of like extreme disappointment and not feeling like you're enough is something that everybody's felt at some point. And she does a really good job of portraying it. Actually, really wonderful acting by both of them. And I love the very slow, quiet, gentle tone that it has, despite them having these really big emotions and dealing with these very serious things like drug use and record. Um, it could have taken on such a different tone, but it was very fitting with the story. Some really great visuals that we got throughout the piece, and I really loved the ending. I thought it was really uplifting, and I appreciate that it didn't lean too much on the romantic relationship. Instead, it was about both these characters taking a step forward and just being okay with themselves. Overall, fantastic piece, and I really enjoyed it.
I really, really liked the pace of this because it felt like they really took their time in certain scenes where they needed to have like a quiet moment between the two characters, and the pace in the movie really allowed that to happen. It didn't feel too rushed or too drawn out. And when you have those kind of moments where you need to, or you do have these, and it truly is like there's no other way for me to describe it except for like a quiet moment between two people that happens very naturally in any kind of relationship, friendship, romantic relationships, where you just kind of sit with that person, um, is sometimes hard to pull off in film just because I feel like they do get rushed or they do get drawn out. Like it doesn't really feel like a natural timing. But the pace of this and the timing of it was so well done that all of those moments felt really true and felt really genuine. And for me personally, made the whole thing believable.
My favorite thing about Paper Airplane was the cinematography, specifically the color design, the color choices, with one in the wardrobe and also in the production design and the set editing. Like the muted, like when you chose to have muted colors versus pops of color, really interesting. Also, the muted acting, wasn't. It didn't feel like it was overacting. You know what I'm saying? But it still felt all. I still felt all of the emotion and all of the drama and all of the tension. So all of that put together really made for an emotional experience, and I really appreciated that. So overall, really good job.
Watching Paper Airplane, I really enjoyed the softness of it visually and the color palette, and I think that those visual elements contributed to how natural their meeting and becoming attracted to one another felt. To me, a phrase that came to mind was lonely hearts, and the idea of lonely hearts finding one another. And I think that the paper airplane was a good symbol for these two characters because each of them felt boxed in by the perceptions of them that people around them had. And I think they were each searching for an escape from that. And she initially, sought that through taking drugs, but it instead, I think, he helped her to find another outlet, which in the end, it seems like is music. And I thought that even though they did not end up together, that their contribution to one another was very positive, and it was a sweet film.
The acting was so great, such gentle, sensitive performances by the leads. Very believable that they got together, two lost souls. Lots of beautiful cinematography of the city and nature, and the music was evocative. And I love that the paper airplane was made from sheet music. The writing was also awesome, such an uplifting piece about second chances. Well done, film.
This was a very sweet, definitely heartfelt, not badly shot film about a man and a Chinese woman, white man and a Chinese woman relationship. And it's just the piece. It's a little bit plotting, a little bit sappy. Kind of uses some devices that don't really develop later. Sort of narration at the beginning from the woman, which got me confused. I was like, what is the nature of this relationship with this guy? I initially felt like she just heard his music and then wandered into his home, and then there they are. And if that's what it is, then the development of their character is just a little bit too hard to believe. She's a drug addict. He's an ex-con, which is kind of a, their love will conquer all and save each other. It just was a little too. It was well-meaning, definitely, but it just did not cohese for me and come together in any meaningful way that made me really care about anything. Unfortunately. Cheers.
This is a cute farewell story. Uh, it has very nice scenes with natural light, and I like how they use mirrors for different scenes, focusing on the character. I think it was a very nice message um, with the mirrors, and the performances were great. They have a solid storytelling, and the stories and situations that both characters are going through are just so plausible, and it was very sensibly approached. I really enjoyed it. It was great.